I had the Bills, and I
Too low.
felt, yeah, I don't know, man. They haven't played well in a while. I mean, it's been a little bit that offense is not clicking. It's a lot of improvising for Josh Allen, and he does it well. And part of the allure of the offense and the potency of that offense is his ability to get outside of play structure and make big plays. I get that both with his legs and downfield. I understand that, but there's so much of that. There's too much of that right now, and I don't know if it's sustainable once you get deeper into the postseason against really good teams. I don't know if every play being a hair on fire Josh Allen play can work. I mean, he's had problems with turnovers over the past 4 or 5 weeks. I think that continues against good defenses in the postseason.
3 picks over his past 2 starts, one of which was a destruction of the Bears. And yeah, they would have been in pretty big trouble against the Patriots had they not returned 2 kickoffs for touchdowns.
Yes, that's a good point. And the Patriots secondary is actually pretty good, but it's still, I think it's a concern that this Bills offense was a well-oiled machine last year. You can't say that right now.
Man, what happened to the Patriots special teams? I don't know why I'm digressing on this, but
it's a tough. I thought about this the other day. It's a tough way for Matthew Slater to end his career.
It's just Bill Belichick though. This seems like the class. I mean, Bill Belichick's glad you ask him special teams is the only thing that gets him to light up
in life.
Yeah, besides other teams' good players where we've talked about where he loves,
but only on special teams, Pat.
It's true. To see a Patriots team, the Patriots honestly would have won 11 games with a league average special teams unit. They single-handedly lost 2 or 3 games because of special teams. I've never seen anything quite like it. Never from a Bill Belichick led team either. I have the Bills as my number 1 team. I'll just be honest. Partly because I've been pot committed. I've been telling people since April that the Bills were going to win the Super Bowl. And I just think, even though this is the top 5, everyone still has vulnerabilities where the Chiefs, I question if they truly have enough playmakers. And I question if their defense, it's been the top half of the league all year. It's a perfectly good defense. It's not like a shutdown postseason defense. The 49ers are starting Brock Purdy. I just think that's a vulnerability. I'm inadvertently revealing my top 5 here. The Eagles... the Eagles were kind of looking like a Death Star until Jalen Hurts got hurt. Now they're just kind of out of rhythm, though. Really out of rhythm. And hopefully, for their sake, they can get back in rhythm. But they were getting pretty banged up too. I just think
they were.
I still think the Bills have the fewest question marks, and we say they can't survive with the Josh Allen. They basically survived 2 entire seasons now on Josh Allen God mode, including last postseason where he went God mode from the opening snap against the Patriots and continued that way through the overtime loss to the Chiefs. Yeah. It doesn't seem sustainable on paper, but in practice, it continues to be sustainable somehow. And the Bills are my Super Bowl favorite still.
I think that they're a little too out of sync on offense for me to do that, but
they would have been well served to get the bye. It's really a shame, as we know, for so many reasons, that they didn't get that shot at the number 1 seed. And getting to play a AFC Championship game in Ralph Wilson Stadium, I have no idea what it's called now, would have been quite an advantage.
It's called the Bank, I believe.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just called the Bank. But I'm still a Bills lever, though.
Yeah, the Bills play at a stadium called the Fed.
What? Let's look this up. I think it's Highmark Stadium.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
Ooh. I actually just real quick, I know we're talking about Josh Allen forever, but every defense against the league's best offenses, passing offenses, plays 2 deep safeties exclusively, almost, right? Josh Allen, unlike Patrick Mahomes, unlike Burrow, unlike even Justin Herbert, is not patient with that stuff. He refuses to play that game. And yeah, sometimes it works out and it's really exciting and really beneficial for Buffalo. But I do think that teams can bait him into making those throws by being we are not doing this, playing this game. We're playing way off the line. You're not going over the top. And Josh Allen says, I don't care. I'm doing it anyway.
It's true, but also then it exposes them to humongous Josh Allen runs, which he has continued to do.
Yeah, sure.
And so it is an interesting game of chicken, a game of game theory with that look. and Josh Allen. Where your concerns about the Bills are about their defense too isn't like quite. It's still pretty good via EPA, via DVOA, via actual stats that people understand. It's still a good defense, but I think it is dropped off. The 2021 defense was dropped off from the 2020 defense, and I feel like the 2022 defense is dropped off a bit from the 2021 defense. So there are vulnerabilities for the Bills, but I'll take their questions over any other team's questions. So the Bills are your fourth best team. They're my first. Who is your third best team in the playoff field?
Niners. And I guess this
Same
makes
for me.
I guess this makes me a Brock Purdy truther. I mean, I do think obviously there are major questions, but getting back to point differential for a moment, I know that Brock Purdy only started 5 games, but for the season, the Niners lead the league in point differential. They're plus 173.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.